In this video, I'm going to quickly cover how to copy configuration between instances. Copying configuration between instances is important for anyone wanting to deploy multiple copies of FusionReactor, whether this is done by scripting, virtualization such as Docker, or installing FusionReactor on each server manually. It allows you to have an instance with pre-configured settings like user management, email, slow request limits, crash protection alerts, and more, without the need to set up each instance. In order to generate a configuration file with the settings, you are required to configure one instance using the user interface of FusionReactor. FusionReactor stores its settings in a single file called the reactor.conf file. This file is located within the conf directory of the instance and is safe to copy between instances, which allows you to deploy the file without requiring any modifications. If you want to apply a pre-configured configuration file, there are a few things that must be considered. Number 1, the file must be placed when the application server is not running, otherwise the file could be stomped over. And 2, the file must be read-writable by the user running the application server. Within my Tomcat instance, I have pre-configured settings. To demonstrate how simple cloning the configuration is, I will now copy this configuration into a Cold Fusion instance. The first thing to do is locate the configuration file, which we can do by going to our instance directory, then conf. In the file, I have a few settings such as email, user management, crash protection, and request history. The next thing I need to do is stop my Cold Fusion server, so it is safe to replace the file. With Cold Fusion stopped, I can now copy the configuration file into my Cold Fusion instance. And finally, we can restart Cold Fusion and the settings will be updated. That's all that's required to copy a configuration file in FusionReactor.